Hi Taurus, it's Nick and Nala. I think she's waiting for me to take her out on a walk, but I have to finish your reading, so she's gonna have to wait. Okay? Just give me a little bit more time. All right, so Taurus, this is your last weekly reading for 2020, and then next week we'll be moving on to your January 2021 readings, and that one I will include love, health, finances, and just general stuff, but we'll talk about love as well. All right, so I hope you're excited, because I am. And I'll be getting your oracle message, your overall emotion, and the other person's overall emotion. And of course, per usual, I will have the link to the extended reading below. If you find that's resonating, you want to continue this, dive in deeper, that will be below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Nicloves with 2 eyes. It like got super cloudy all of a sudden. It's like now really cold. I think today was the date that Saturn went into Aquarius. I feel like whenever there's some kind of change, the weather definitely reflects that. It's crazy. Okay, all right, let's get your oracle message, please. For Taurus, 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 Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, males and females, send them all healing, love, happiness, abundance. What is their message? What do they need to know right now or for this week for Taurus, Taurus? Okay, Taurus, so you guys got card number 40 in case that number means something to you, or you could break it down to the number 4. And it says, say thank you. Say thank you, Taurus. This is going to be the week where you really need to appreciate maybe those certain special, important people in your life. Just say, hey, thank you for being there for me. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for showing me love, hearing me out. Just thank you for being in my life in general. Oh no, who's calling me? No. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Interruptions. So you may get rudely interrupted sometime this week, and instead of maybe getting mad at the person or mad at the situation, just say, you know what, thanks for checking up on me. I appreciate it. I'm kind of, tied up with something right now, but I'll get back to you. So this is going to be the week to really show appreciation, especially for those people who maybe, they already do this all the time, and you just assume that, oh, they know I'm grateful for them. They know I appreciate them. But sometimes just hearing it is like another different experience. So I would definitely encourage you to say thank you to anyone around you who's made a difference in your life or has helped you in any way. Okay? All right. So let's see. Especially because maybe this person will find it really unexpected. Like, oh, you're welcome. Like, it's nice when you hear someone appreciate you or just say thank you. Let's see. What is your overall emotion for Taurus, Taurus, Taurus? Okay, now with this other person. Okay, so Taurus, your overall emotion this week is looks like you guys are feeling a little bit anxious. You're feeling a little bit anxious, underwater. Maybe you've been a little bit emotional. You don't know what's coming next. Maybe you're anxious because you want something to happen. You're not sure how it's going to turn out, and you're panicked. You don't have a for sure answer, and your feelings are kind of throwing you off. One moment you feel like this, the second you feel like this. Okay, and then on this side for this person, they're feeling regretful or sorry, remorseful. So someone here could be missing you and is wanting to maybe talk to you, or maybe regrets how they treated you, or regrets something that they said or that they didn't do with you, has been maybe looking at your old photos, messages, memories in general. So let's see what's going on here. What's going on with all my Taurians, please? This week with love, give us clarity, insight, a clear message, a clear story for Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Okay, and then with this other person. Okay, so on your end here, we have the High Priestess, Ace of Swords, and a Knight of Pentacles. So some of you could have Pisces somewhere in your chart. And then on this side for this person, we have the Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, all right. So you guys could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, maybe a younger fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But of course, it doesn't have to be. It could be any sign. It could just be the energy that this person is embodying, like I always say to you guys. So what's going on here? I think that someone here cut off the other person, or either block them, ended things with them, stopped talking to you, ghosted you. Like, I feel like this person may have just kind of cut you out of their life for whatever reason, shape, or form, and became kind of really cold, really distant, created this like maybe unnecessary space between you. And that puts you in a space where you were like, what? Like, what's going on? You were trying to like tune in, you're trying to understand, you're trying to use your intuition. You were kind of just, all right, like observing, acknowledging the feelings that were coming through, but you were still trying to like, you know, figure out what's going on because you were put like in the dark. And I think you were trying to not overreact, not do too much. You're like, okay, let me just figure this out. Let's see what's going on. And you were trying to use your intuition and not be forceful, not act out too quickly. But I feel like this person's energy maybe really just got aggressive with you, or, you know, I don't know, I feel like they got upset with you about something, or they just like totally ignored you, stopped talking to you. And maybe that kind of threw you off, and you were trying to understand, you were trying to be, you know, sympathetic and maybe not jump to conclusions. But when someone just kind of does something abruptly and out of nowhere, you kind of have no choice but to assume things, right? Especially if like they didn't make it clear, or like the things that they said to you or they didn't say to you didn't really give you that clarity you were looking for. It's like, okay, what do you mean? It's like them saying something, you're like, but what does that mean? So it's like you didn't really get an answer, so you were left to kind of just assume on your own and come to your own conclusions. But I feel like where this person is now is that they miss you and they want to talk to you. I think they are still attracted to you, and maybe realize that they may have come off a little bit too harsh, or maybe they, you know, acted out a little bit too fast and became a little too, got too serious, or got too upset about something, or made something too serious that wasn't that serious. And I feel like now they want to reach out to you, or maybe they have already or are going to reach out to you, and they want to talk to you because they still are attracted to you and want to hang out with you, want to see you. And I feel here that you may talk to them, or you may, you know, communicate back. But I feel like this time you're going to want answers, you're going to want clarity, and maybe, you know, you're going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to need an explanation, like what happened, or why did you act like this, or why did you do this, or why did you just disappear and come back? I feel like you're going to want to question them, and you have every right to do so. So if that does happen and they are communicating with you, or they come back out of nowhere, you should ask questions and you should get your answers, because I feel like you deserve it, especially if you didn't get it initially. Okay, so I feel like now it's like the power is gonna kind of shift in your hands. And I hate to say power, because I feel like, like relationships should not be about like power and stuff like that, but you guys know what I mean. You're gonna want to get your answers here, and I feel like moving forward, you're gonna want to move things slow. You're like, okay, well, all right, maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, or, you know, I'll forgive you this once, but let's take things slow. I don't want to move too fast. I want to see your actions, because I know you can say certain things, but now you're going to be focusing more on what they do, not what they say. And you're going to want to just move things slow and steady. But I do feel like, you know, even with everything happening, you still have this like anxiousness. It's like, I don't know, like it kind of feels like at any moment, what if this person does this again, or what if they act out again? So that's why you're taking your time, and I feel like that's actually the best thing to do right now. Just take your time with it and not rush anything. But I feel here that, again, this person's going to reach out to you. They want to talk to you, and it's like now they have more mental clarity, whereas maybe in the recent past they were kind of like, I don't know, just full of unnecessary thoughts, and maybe took out their frustrations onto you possibly, or just felt like they needed to detach for whatever reason. But it seems like now they're getting their mind right. They're in a better space. They feel more mentally stable, and maybe realize certain things that they said that were maybe not that cool, or that they should have not just cut you off like that or stopped talking to you. And you may, you know, I think you're being encouraged to be like, all right, give this person at least some credit that they're coming back maturely and explaining things to you, saying a sorry, and be like, all right, thank you. Like, I appreciate you saying these things. It doesn't mean that it's okay, you know, what they did, but thanks for explaining, or thanks for apologizing. Like, I appreciate it. And you'd be surprised how far, you know, just a simple thank you can go, to be honest. And I feel like whatever they did or whatever they said to you or however they acted, they didn't really mean it. I'm not trying to give them like a pass or excuse their behavior, but I do feel like they were just kind of really in their head and were maybe getting wrapped up in something or getting distracted and in the moment just didn't really think about things. But I think now they're in a much better headspace, and I think you wanting to move things slow is probably going to be the best bet here. But they are missing you and they are regretful for how they acted, and maybe they cut you off and treated you in a way that you didn't deserve. But I think at least they are recognizing that and acknowledging it and, you know, explaining it to you. And I think if you ask questions and you're wanting some clarity or closure, you're going to be receiving that from them. So don't be afraid to ask those questions and say what you need to say as well. Okay? And I kind of feel like you're going to be able to put your own rules into place, especially if like, all right, if you want to come back, then I want to make sure that I'm not wasting my time, and you can lay out whatever it is that, you know, your needs and your wants. So we're going to dive in deeper in the extended to get more information to see where their energy's at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they want you to know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. All right, so I would love for you guys to join me on there. We'll continue diving deeper. The link to the extended will be below, and we'll find more information. All right. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you next week. Leave me a comment. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss a reading. All right, so Happy New Year, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.